Russia had about 600 tons of gold.
Gold might be the only way Russian President Vladimir Putin can keep his economy afloat.
China had about 600 tons of gold.
China is buying gold for extremely good economic reasons.
Central banks wouldn't be purchasing gold if they weren't optimistic about its future.
You brought up chapters 1 and 2 from Currency Wars, where you basically highlight this scenario. You said the scenario you presented at the time was that Russia and China would accumulate large gold reserves, pool their gold, and launch a new digital currency backed by gold in the place of the US dollar. Is that the form it would take for you, something backed by gold?
Probably, and here's why. And by the way, when I wrote that, and when we did the war game, and when I wrote that, Russia had about 600 tons of gold, and today they have 2,300 tons. China had about 600 tons of gold, and today they have about 2,000 tons, just slightly less, that we know of. And they may have several thousand tons off the books in the State Administration of Foreign Exchange that we don't know about, because that's completely opaque. So Russia and China did exactly what we warned the Pentagon about in 2009, exactly, which is increase their gold reserves by a factor of 4 or more.
Given the terrifying picture you've just painted, Jim, how should we be protecting ourselves here?
Well, you want assets that are going to be immune from a global liquidity crisis. What are they? Land, real estate, gold, silver, fine art, but there are, natural resources, water, et cetera, energy, oil. If you want to be in stocks, okay, get stocks of companies that are based on natural resources, such as ExxonMobil, Chevron. I'm just giving these as an example. There are a lot of ways to protect yourself, but a regular stock portfolio is not a good one. And, banks are going to be in distress. Money market funds are going to be in distress. That's what a liquidity crisis is. You better run, the runners run. Show you how to get your...
Welcome in, everyone. It's Wednesday, September 25th. Tonight, we have an awesome panel of amazing guests, and we are just going to simply share our testimonies about why we have decided to stack real money. As always, I got my good brother here, Ricardo Hamilton, aka Mims, making it make sense. Are you ready to go get it down, baby? Let's go. Hey,
you already know, man, we got a fire show for you guys tonight. Want to make sure that you guys get this value. It's very pertinent to what's going on, and there's an opportunity like never before in these assets and with this company. So strap in, pay attention, and share this out. We're gonna have a good show tonight. Fired up and excited, Mike.
Amen, brother. Let's bring on the panel right now. We got the legend in here, Antoine McBay, and our good brother Carlito Muhammad in the house. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for coming on.
Peace. How you doing? Peace and blessings, man. Thanks for having me.
Always.
Man, I'm excited tonight, Doc. I feel like I'm about to put my helmet on and strap up.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go.
So, we have a big event coming up next week in Dallas, Texas. So we are excited for the At Cost Metals kickoff event. And I just wanted to get some momentum, get people excited about what we're doing here, giving people the best price on gold and silver. And, we're still a very new company. We have lots of room for growth, but I really just wanted to talk to you guys tonight and make sure people understand why it is we do what we do. So the first question I want to ask for you guys is maybe tell your story about how you got into stacking real money and why you do it. Because this is crazy to me, right? Less than 1% of people in America own gold and silver. And here we are out in the wilderness during these crazy economic times, trying to help people understand the dangers of inflation and why they should consider stacking real money. So how did you get started and why you do it for you and your family? We'll throw it over to brother Antoine McBay first.
Man, I just want to say I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys, man, for having me here. I really, truly appreciate it. And what a joy. I mean, I'm on with the first team All-Americans. You guys are professional stackers. You know what I mean? You've been in this space a hell of a lot longer than me. You know, I'm a crypto guy. I've been involved with crypto for an extended period of time, and I'm new to stacking. And so I got introduced by actually the CEO of Cost Metals, someone that I developed a relationship with over a 5-year period of time while I was living in Hanoi, Vietnam. He obviously was from the Dallas Metroplex, where I'm from, and I thought that was very, very interesting. And we just built that relationship on a Zoom meeting over that period of time. And I recently moved back to Dallas, almost right about a year ago now. And he shared with me that he was getting back into gold and silver precious metal. And I'm thinking, okay, man, that sounds great. And then I start to educate myself, and I start understanding what was going on. I start understanding why I needed to at least diversify a portion of my portfolio into this asset class and really utilize it as saving money. So I'm new.
Let's go.
You know, and you know, interestingly enough, I'm
So you can teach an old dog new tricks. Is that what you're saying, Antoine?
That's
It's never
exactly
too
right.
late.
That's exactly right. I'm new to this space. I mean, this stuff is amazing. You know, I've been living off crypto, but I've never held Bitcoin or Ethereum in my hand.
Right.
Look, look real quick, and I'm gonna pass to my brother. Try holding these. 7 pounds each, and then we can stack.
Yeah, the big boy stuff. Okay, go.
And that's
hold on. And
that's
we
how
can
you keep
stack
those biceps big, bro.
more. Oh my
Oh,
God!
man.
You know what I mean?
I'm
And so
feeling jealous.
it's a way of saving money to hedge against inflation.
Hmm.
That is just doing this while the value of the dollar is doing this. And so what can we do safely? And it's acquiring precious metal, gold and silver. And that's why I'm doing it.
Hey, told me. Sign me up again, brother.
Yeah, right.
Brother Carlito Muhammad, your story. How did you get into stacking real money, and why do you do it?
Yes. Well, first of all, let me thank you and my brother for allowing me to be on this platform with some heavyweights, you know, clanging metals and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's just an honor. Let me tell you, my first impressions and my first look at precious metals, it wasn't a real good look. Let me tell you, I was young. I want to say I was about maybe 11 or 12 years old. And I was visiting my cousin. We from Queens, New York. And he was like, yo, Carlito, come here. And we came and went down in the basement of the house. And he, you know, he's sticking his hand behind this like dresser type of thing and da-da-da-da-da. Boom. And he pulls out a silver dollar. And we're like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. So we just getting silver dollars. We taking the silver dollars down to the candy store. We buying all kind of candy and all kind of stuff, bubble gum, baseball cards and stuff like that.
Oh,
All right.
no. Oh,
Then
no.
that's when the pressure came. My uncle was like, where you get all this candy and stuff from? He's like, yo, we found some money. He said, you found money? Like, yeah. He said, show me where you found the money. So we took it downstairs. We took him downstairs in the basement. And oh my goodness, let me tell you, it
I
wasn't
can't believe you're
pretty
still
after
alive.
that. Trust me, it was not pretty after that, okay? Listen,
What a story, brother.
we talking real silver. We talking real silver dollars. I'm talking about he was furious. Unbelievable, right? And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what are you at least tripping for? It's just $1. It's just $1, right? But then I got older and I learned that it wasn't just $1.
Ooh.
Okay. It was pure silver. And then let's move forward. So we move forward, and I was introduced to, now I'm learning something, you know, going around the world in the service and stuff. So I'm learning a little something other than paper money from fiat money from America. Okay. And then, you know, I get into a company that was able to get gold. And the way I was getting that, the way I got into that company is because they said this. They said, are you interested in making $500, $5,000 a month? Of course. From home? Of course. And you can have an asset, like brother was saying, something tangible in your pocket. I ain't got nothing to clang, but I got much silver, trust me. You know what I'm saying? I got much assets, baby. You know, that's just one container right there. I got much assets, okay? And it was so good. It was beautiful. And then, you know, something happened to that platform, and me and my brother, my nephew right there, Mims, he was like, hey, look, Unc, I got something for you, blah, 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 blah. And we moved to the next precious metals. And it was good. I wasn't mad. Why? Because it's something tangible. Just like Brother Anton said, this is something that you can hold in your hand, okay? And it is of good value, you know? So then we went from that, and then we moved on to another one. And it was still good. But I want to save the last part of when you said why at cost metals. That's going to be part 2 of what I'm saying right now. But I want to say this before we leave, is that I was curious. So I took one of my pieces down to the place that says, we buy gold. And I said, hey, I'm thinking about how much you give me for this. And they was like, what is this? I said, yeah, it's gold, silver. He said, really? I said, okay, can I test it? I said, sure. He tested, he did. He had his little thing on there. And after he poured his little test on there, his reaction was this: how much do you want for it? How much you want for it? And I was like, man, give me my stuff back, man. I don't want. But listen, I want to thank you, and I want to say this to everybody: stop counting your money and start weighing your money.
That part.
Thank you so much, brother, for having me here, brother.
Yeah. And just in case we have some new stackers on here, when Carlito was a kid and found those silver dollars, he thought they were just worth $1.
Come on.
They were probably worth, who knows, at least $5, $10 a piece.
Back then.
Today, who knows? So yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe you lived to tell that story, to be honest with you.
Brother, well, I listen, I tell you this, right? I got a few marks on me from that story.
That you did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Right.
All right, Mims. Your story, you know, you are obviously the gold and silver king on the internet, on TikTok, on X. Your story, we probably know why you stack it because you tell us every single day, but I actually don't know if I've ever heard your original story of how you got into gold and silver.
Yeah, you know, and hearing those two great stories, it made me really think. And I have to really say that in my journey of trying to figure out the truth and not listen to the lies, and it started with movies like Zeitgeist. Actually, they broke down what happened with, you know, the 9/11, and it breaks down the Federal Reserve, and then they talked about gold and silver and a lot of different other stuff. And then in that, you know, trying to figure out one thing about the Matrix, right? Trying to figure out one thing that is not necessarily authentic or genuine, that is in our economy or in the world or in our daily living. That exposure to that led to the discovery of the lies in other aspects of life. And the one that affected me the most was the monetary system. That really gravitated to me when I started to learn about the Federal Reserve, because I'm learning about, you know, the matrix and the healthcare industry and everywhere. And then when it got to the money system, that's what really woke me up. You know, that's what kind of gravitated to me the most. And then I realized that the Federal Reserve was a private banking cartel. I realized that it was gold and silver, that's money, you know, constitutional money. And I learned all this. And this was right after 2008 financial crisis. And I'm seeing Wall Street get bailed out and Main Street, you know, get screwed. And I'm seeing people, you know, their retirement accounts are being drained. They're losing their homes, you know, family members as well. And, you know, I was, you know, wondering why is that the case? Why is it that, you know, we're even in this situation where the markets react this way? And why is it that the Wall Street gets bailed out, the middle class don't? And so once again, I'm learning more about the dollar, and then I realized what real money is. And from that point, I started saving in silver, like after 2011, because I understood that silver is an industrial metal, massively undervalued. It's money, and then of course we got into gold early, like around 2018. Got into helping people get physical gold, and at that point we were just looking for the best places to not only get the asset, but also I had a passion to educate the people on what I found out, because I realized my parents, my relatives, my friends, nobody knew this. They didn't talk about this stuff, but we're all saving in dollars. We're all using dollars. We all have to, pay bills and maintain a standard of living, and they didn't understand inflation. They didn't understand how the monetary system works. So I wanted to provide a solution and be a part of the truth and bring truth to power. And that's kind of what got me started in my discovery for the truth and finding out the lies of the monetary system and how to build wealth.
No, I think this is why we get along so well, man, because a lot of my education and journey is very similar to yours. I just want to show this chart here really quick, and this sums up why I got into gold and silver. The largest theft of the 21st century, the time and energy of billions of people drained by the money printer, and we haven't even bottomed out yet. These currencies will keep dropping until there's nothing left. Start saving in unprintable currency, and this is for Bitcoin, which I love, but also silver, because you need physical and digital. So again, guys, we're not going back to 1913 when the Federal Reserve was created. We're not going back to 1972 when we went off the gold standard. We're going back to the year 2000, which if you're an adult, okay, 24 years old, you were alive. And you can see here, the dollar has lost 78% of its value in just 24 years. And so when I had my awakening in 2006, thanks to Ron Paul, who I think is one of the greatest politicians in American history. He was relentless against the Federal Reserve. He was like, guys, it's not about Democrat versus Republican. It's about we, the people, versus the banksters. And how do we become free? So I came to gold and silver purely from a political libertarian standpoint of how do we free humanity? How do we get our liberties and rights back from this government that has been corrupted by both parties? Now, I didn't take that much action. I would talk about it. I bought $1,000 of silver, I think in 2012. It was very hard to buy silver back then. The minimum was $1,000 because I didn't live like near a big city. Like my nearest place to buy physical gold and silver is like 40 minutes away. So there was no place. You needed to save up $1,000 to get any silver delivered to your house. Fast forward until about 2019, I found a company that would ship silver to your house, and you could just get 1 ounce of silver. And that's what I started with, guys. I swear to God, less than 5 years ago, I started with 1 ounce of silver a month.
Wow.
And then they said, hey, if you will tell other people about this, we'll pay you. I'm like, are you serious? I'll just tell people to get real money and tell them how we can take back our liberty and freedom from the government and take back our power and our currency from the bank. Because when you put $1 into the bank, you're giving $1 to the enemy that wants to destroy you. And I remember, Antoine, the day I started making over $30 a month. And I said, man, I'm getting an ounce of silver for free every single month. I made it. This is it.
Wow.
I'm getting a free ounce of silver a month. And, kept growing. COVID hits. Mims and I became friends over the internet. He hits me up. He's like, yo, Mike, where are you getting your silver? I'm like, bro, they ship it right to you. He's like, let's go. We blew up that company. We blew up another company. And now we about to blow up At Cost Metals because that's my answer to why At Cost Metals. But to me, liberty and freedom, the only way we will defeat our enemies and become free is by pulling our wealth out of the system, out of the matrix, into real physical money that has existed for over 10,000 years, that cannot be created out of thin air, that cannot be debased, and that cannot be confiscated unless you pull it from my cold dead hand with the gun in the other one. That's
What
my
a-
story.
What a story, man! My goodness.
Thank you. I wish I had my
Yeah, there we go. That's the clapping right there. Let me hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's the clap right there. Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah.
let's take a break here. And if you guys have any coins or anything you want to share, just to kind of, because again, the fun part about getting gold and silver is it's a collectible. Like I got, I did baseball and basketball, football cards growing up. So if you guys have any coins you want to share, this is the time to do it. And then we'll just do one more question and the price comparison. So for me, this was because of At Cost Metals. I was able to get this. This is one of my favorite coins.
Hey, I was gonna say that's my favorite too.
So again, you have first of all, it's beautiful. It's, you might hate Trump. That's fine. But it's colorized, and that is an actual historical event that has been captured on silver. So I was a history teacher. So I just love that I can get real money, and this coin will essentially exist forever. Somewhere. It will be passed down to my sons, to their sons, and that's what this is about, guys, is leaving a legacy for your family. Anyone want to share any other favorite coins you have right now?
Well, what I'll pull up this 10-ounce bar. It's not a coin, but I would tell you, these bars, when you get these bars, okay, and this is 10 ounce, it's beautiful. They got a beautiful, finish on there. It's real money. This is something that people don't see, they don't hold, they don't hear, you know what I'm saying, when we clanging the bricks. And of course, the main coin everybody should be getting, and you should be getting one of these once a month. You should be getting one of these once a month. 70, huh? Diversified.
That's right.
Most people don't understand. We just showed some bullion, because there's different classifications, there's different levels to this wealth building in precious metals. You got junk silver, you have generic silver, then you have government struck coins, then you have proofs, and then you have the highest asset class or the highest level of gold and silver coins, which is numismatics. And that's what everybody should be diversified, in my opinion, in their silver holdings. You should have, definitely some bullion, 10-ounce bars, coins, rounds, but at least once a month, you should be getting at least one MS-70 Silver Eagle. That's one of the main reasons I love At Cost Metals as well.
I think that's a cue for me to show my favorite piece right there. And true, it's really not a favorite piece, but it actually is a part of why At Cost Metals, if you don't mind me doing it like that. Is that all right?
For sure.
Because Mims, you just started it off. So this is my favorite, and this is also why. Why? Because just like Mike said, we get it right here at our house. And look at what I want to do is just open it up for you.
We get an unboxing, all right.
And bam, you know what I'm saying? It happens. It works. It's the same
It
coin.
is.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Another one? Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. That's what I'm talking about. Right at your doorstep. Come on. Right at your doorstep. Where can you get that at? Mike said it takes a while for him to go and buy something, but not now. It comes right to his house. Come on. And then go ahead and clang them, y'all. They come to your house too. They come to your house too, man. Come on.
There we go.
They come to your house too, right? All of this comes to your house too. All of that. It comes right to your house, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I
And-
wanted to share.
And another reason that's your favorite coin is you get paid when you buy it. You get paid
Oh,
cash.
I was going to do that on the other side. But
Yeah,
you're
well,
right.
well, I'm just
Go
previewing it.
ahead. Yeah,
I won't
you're
take that
right.
from
Come
you.
on. You right. Because listen, when somebody that you have on this screen that's going to watch this, they're going to say, man, I like them cling and clang clings, right? And then you're going to say, you know what? I can help you get it, right? And I know, Mims and Anton, they're going to jump into it when it comes down to the packages of somebody, you know what I'm saying? But listen,
Yep.
when you say, man, I want to do this too. Khalifa, I want to get that. How did you do this? Yes, you can do this. And guess what? When you do it and you start helping other people do it, bam, right there. That's when you get to.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful.
That's
When
how
people-
why cost metals, baby.
when people see them bricks, man, everybody wanna, if they can get it, they say, man, I need to get them bricks. I need one of those. That's I'm telling you, they love it. They love it.
Well, actually, to be quite honest with you, Ricardo, you're one of the reasons I got a brick. The first brick I got, okay, it was this one. This ain't my favorite, but it was this one. This is pure silver, weighs 7 pounds, 100 ounce, okay? And I showed it to you. You said, no, Antoine, you need to pay a little bit more to get that JBR. I was like, really? He said, oh, yeah. And so I started stacking these, okay? So I love these, but let me show you one of my favorites, okay? And I'll share with you why at cost metals for me. This sunshine bar is one of my favorites. It's 1 kilo. It's just a shiny sheen on this bar.
That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful bar. Not too big. If we're going to compare it to, the 100, as you can see, right?
Yeah.
But it's just a beautiful bar. This is a good looking bar as well. It's
Yeah.
heavy as hell, but it's
Yeah,
a good looking bar.
Yeah.
But this is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
It is a beautiful bar. Okay. So why at cost metals for me? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, JD is my boy. I've known him for 5 years, but that's not why at cost metals for me. That's one reason. The main reason, and I'm sure Mike's about to talk about it, it's price. Because although JD, we have a good relationship, I'm loyal to my family. I'm not gonna overpay for precious metal if I can get it somewhere else for less. I love you, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to pay more. And Walmart has this bar and they offer free shipping, and at cost metals is still cheaper than Walmart on the exact same bar.
Come on.
So for me, at cost metals, it's all about the price.
Yeah.
Because if it's, I've seen people trying to sell overpriced stuff because they're talking about, oh, this come from the Himalayas and they went all the way up to the third continent of the world, all this stuff to create value of why it costs more than a store down the street.
Right.
We don't have that problem. Our product is MONEY at the lowest price in the industry because it's all in the name, at cost metals. Now, I know Mike is going to go through that, but that right there, let me tell you what we get with that. We get some clean on that one. Yeah,
that's right. That money clap. We gotta get a money clap on that. Yeah.
So that's why at cost metals for me. It's all about the price. I'm not overpaying for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love that. All right. Before one other thing, I wanted to show one of my other favorite coins. This is a silver ounce that is a Bitcoin rocket ship.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
So for me, I love it because I think people need crypto and gold and silver.
Now you're talking my language.
Yep. And it says diamond hands to the moon apes. So this one, for me, it's just really cool because it kind of sums up a lot of what I believe in when it comes to money and finances. And Mim's got one of these.
We got those. Yeah.
This isn't a real one, but it's a silver bullet, 10-ounce silver bullet.
We're pulling it out. They already took us off everywhere else, so we might be good. But
now I feel left out.
Oh, you got to get this one,
Brother
Antoine.
Muhammad.
You don't.
You gotta get us one, right?
You don't
I
have
gotta get
this.
one. I gotta get
You
the
gotta
one
get one.
too.
I don't
I'm
have
getting
one
it.
yet.
When I
did
when I
see
get
it.
when
I
I
did
get
see it
back
on
from
ATM
Texas,
shopping
get
cart.
back from
I just
Texas,
haven't bought
yeah.
one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to get one of those. Those are cool.
I like that.
All right,
I like
so
Yeah.
brother Carlito, did you want to finish your? You kind of teased us with it, but why at cost metals? Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
I thank you. I just want to finish it with this. I teased you, and I want to finish with this part. I loved the other companies that I was in because it allowed me and my family to live off of gold and silver for 6 years. When I mean live, I mean everything. Paying mortgage, paying security, paying for the food, taking each other out to dinner, whatever the case may be, proceeds was coming from precious metals. And then somebody by the name of Mims said, hey, look, we got this right here. And he just showed me the price.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what? Y'all gonna go over the prices?
Yeah.
We definitely
Okay.
will.
Well, can I tease them with the price?
Oh, of course. Give them a little preview.
Okay. This coin right here, in the other company that we was in, the lowest was $130.
Whew.
We were buying the real specialty one. That was $160 a month.
I wasn't in that company.
A month. But listen to this though. We was doing good with it. I was cool with it. Our team and our family was growing with it. It was nothing better than that. Until at cost metals. This same coin right here that we was paying $160 a month for, we can get it for $75.
Wow. That's it.
Okay. And that's right. That's right. And it's numismatic.
They get it.
When you learn about numismatic, you will know that numismatic, it grows in value.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to say about it is why at cost metals is that, Mims was doing a presentation for me one time, and he pulled out the coin and he said, hey, look, see this coin? He said, this coin is worth $1,200. And I had to look real close. And I looked at my wife and she said, do you have that coin? I was like, we have that coin. But we didn't pay nowhere near $1,200 for the coin.
Ooh.
So that made me start looking at all of the coins now. The value of every single coin that we had went up something. So if you got little children and stuff like that, and you're trying to do the right thing for future, at cost metals can't beat it. You can't beat that. You cannot beat at cost metals. That's all I want to say. And that's why I say with at cost metals, $160 versus $75.
Wait a minute. And 20 points on top of that, and it's dollar for dollar on points. So that's $20.
I'm gonna let y'all get into that.
Money tap on that. It can't get any better than actually getting paid to get silver. I don't know anything better. I mean, getting paid to get money. And that's one thing. Mike mentioned. Less than 1% or whatever it is actually has physical gold and silver. But the fact is, there's no real money circulating in the economy. It's all debt. And so for us to be able to get real money and then get paid to actually get it, it's huge.
And look, everybody, this right here, it's not going to spoil, right? It's not going to break. It's not going to tarnish. Come on. It doesn't have a shelf life.
Yeah.
No expiration date.
No expiration date at all. Zero.
It's more valuable with time.
Come on.
Gets more
That right
valuable.
there. That right there.
So I had to say for me, why I cost metals, it really came down to one, relationships, because I had to get exposed to at cost metals by somebody. And through that relationship, and then I met, from Brother Antoine, and I know him from other successful companies that he's ran, on an international scale. And I knew his ethic, and his character, because, to me, it's not always about money, it's about the value. And if you really want to increase your passive income, you have to increase your passive impact in life. And, when I met and understood Antoine, and then obviously the CEO and co-founder of At Cost Metals, JD, and I understood the history of where he came from and the companies that he was with. And so that just created a solid foundation of who we're getting the business with. And then I had to look at, okay, well, what is the price? What is this versus the competitors? And it blew them out the water. It was a no-brainer at that point. It's a no-brainer. I mean,
Not even close.
The value proposition, you cannot ignore it. It's one of those things where once you hear it, you can't get it out your head. And when you go buy something else somewhere else, it's going to pop in your head that you can get it for a much cheaper price somewhere else. And so that was huge. And then, of course, I just went into before, the ability to create a lifestyle, to have some time freedom, some location freedom, to create a passive income from doing what I love anyway, which is exposing the lie and helping people get the truth, and that benefiting their family and getting paid in the process. That's legal, it's ethical, moral. It makes me feel good. And obviously we can make some life-changing income here, and we are. And so At Cost Metals, hands down, to me, is going to be and is the best and premier precious metals company on the planet. It's just a matter of time.
Amen. Amen. So again, I want to shout out my boy Jason Pollock here from my hometown in Greenville. And this is what it's all about, guys. So why At Cost Metals? Because of people like Jason getting him into gold and silver. And I could no longer promote certain companies because I knew they were way overpaying and hurting people. And that was the main thing. I said, I can't continue to promote this company when people are overpaying. They're not getting, what their dollars should be getting. So I'm going to show you guys right now. What we've kind of been teasing you the whole time is it's called At Cost Metals for a reason. So most people don't know this. Like I said, less than 1% of Americans own gold and silver. What is the number one asset in the world? This is called infinite market cap. Okay. The number one asset in the world is gold. It's not even close. It's $18 trillion market cap. That's over like 5 times bigger than Apple. Gold right now is almost at 2,700. It's basically at its all-time high of all history. Okay. You've probably heard of Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia and Amazon and Google. You probably owns those stocks or a share that does. But then you have silver at the number 7 asset in the world, and most people don't even know that you can get it physically in your hand. It's at $32.15 right now. And its all-time high was 50, which means it has way more room to grow, in my opinion. That's why most of us buy more silver than gold, and it's more affordably priced. So here's the amazing part, guys. We can go to At Cost Metals, and I just always do Canadian maple leafs. I think they're the best bang for your buck. You can get even cheaper silver if you want to, but I just like to compare Canadian silver maple leafs because we can look at other vendors. So at Cost Metals right now, you can get a silver maple leaf for $34.11. You can see here spot silver price. Oh, actually, my name's covering it up, but it's $31.96. So that is just a little over $2 over spot price, which is almost unheard of in this industry. So if you guys are watching, put 3411 in the chat, wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, put $34.11 so we don't forget it, so everyone knows that price. because now we're going to go to SD Bullion that claims to have the lowest price, period. But the facts are in, and that is a lie. Okay. You can see here, if you're paying with the card, it's $38.84, which is over $4 more for 1 ounce of silver. Even if you pay with a check wire, you're paying $37.29. So that's $3 more per ounce from SD Bullion. Even if you buy 500 of them with a check and wire, you're still paying $2 more an ounce. So that's why when we got to why at cost metals, for us, it's like, listen, we've got to stretch our dollars, right? Inflation's already eating up what they can buy you. Basically, with these prices, for every 5 silver coins you get 1 free if you have an at cost membership.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike, stop right there. Let me ask everyone a question. In that price comparison that he just showed you, that would be equivalent to you needing gas for your car. Shell is on one corner, and across the street is Exxon. And Exxon is $2 cheaper for the exact same gas. Where are you going to buy your gas?
Yep.
Exxon all day.
Where you're going to say, oh, nah, I'm going to pay $2 more per gallon.
Nah.
What the hell? Are you
Nah.
serious?
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And,
So-
and Brother Antoine, here's another thing on top of that. The thing about buying silver is it satisfies the need to spend or buy something, but you're never really spending or buying anything. You're just converting.
Exactly.
If I took $3,000 and bought me a 100-ounce bar of silver, I still got the $3,000.
Come on.
It's right here in my hands.
Nah, you got more now. You got
I
more
got
now.
more.
Come on.
You got more now.
That part right there is where most people fumble the ball. They don't get it. They think they're buying metal. Yeah, I get it. I understand. But you're exchanging fake money for real money at the end of the day. Mike, go ahead, brother. Keep educating us.
I got it. And credit coach, I'm not going to put that on, but we beat them all. So whoever you're watching this stream from, get with them and you can compare it. All right, so here we have AppMax.
Expose them.
AppMax. Holy cow, AppMax is usually cheaper than this. Look at this, man. They want $39.67 with a credit card, and even if you use a wire, $38. So again, $4 cheaper than AppMax. We can go to gold and silver. They're at $37.31. Okay. Even if you buy 500, you're still paying $36.41. We're beating them. Let's look at gold. Maybe you like gold. Let's look at gold. Okay. We're going to compare the gold maple leaf half ounce.
Mike, can I say something before you go right there real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, when you were showing the silver, see what everybody need to do is do a comparison. When they got the numbers and they numbers say from 1 to 50, from 51 to 100, from this to that, you could get it for this to that to this. At-cost metals keeps it very simple. It says $32.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, they don't play those games. So what?
No minimums, no maximums.
No minimums, no maximums.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what Carlito's saying there is, you can buy all these different quantities, you can pay in different ways, but it doesn't matter. You can buy 500 with a checker wire. We still beat them if you buy one coin, however you want from at-cost metals.
That's right.
But let's look at gold. So we're going to compare the Canadian gold maple leaf half ounce, $13.94. Can I get that in the chat, please? $13.94 for a half ounce of gold. We're going to go to SD Bullion that claims to have the lowest prices. Look at this. $15.08.
Wow.
With a card, $15.71.
That's
You
paying
just
for it.
paid for your yearly membership.
Yeah.
If you bought 1 ounce, or not even 1 ounce of gold, a half ounce of gold would pay for your entire year of your At Cost Metals membership.
Wow. Money clap on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge because everything after that is I mean, I don't know how you put it, profit, or I mean, just massive savings, or, you know, but that's the whole point. The whole name of the game is, you know, weighing. And if you're weighing your wealth and not counting it anymore, because counting it is paper money and losing value, you want
Right.
more weight. You want more weight. And if you're able to save money, that
Get your
allows
weight up. Get your weight up.
That's right. Get your weight up. Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yeah, well, that's why I got to weight up. Yes, sir.
uh,
Yes, sir.
uh,
Wow.
woo,
Man, that's beautiful.
uh,
Oh my goodness. What's
get
that
your
about?
weight up, baby.
9, 12, 15 bands right there in his hands.
Hey, when I used to play football, that's what coach used to tell some of them guys: get your weight up.
Your weight up.
So real quick here, guys, just in case people are new, and if the people asking questions, you know, you're welcome to reach out to one of us or whoever shared this video with you. But I like how we keep it simple, right? And so Mims, if you just want to hit on the benefits and some of the key features of why everyone should get a membership with At Cost Metals. And, you know, I think the Metals Plus is the best deal, but get in where you fit in. But maybe just explain that real quick and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, so At Cost Metals, the reason that we're able to add so much value to people's lives and bring that cost is because we just operate on a membership model like Costco. I mean, people obviously see the value in acquiring a membership because membership have benefits. Memberships exist for a reason because there's a benefit to be a part of that community, right? So here we have with At Cost Metals, the major benefit, obviously, you guys figured out by now, is to be able to get gold, silver, platinum at cost, beating the competition, getting your weight up. So they have, you know, 2 very affordable memberships. You know, one is the Metals package. It's, you know, you pay that as an annual membership. You pay that one time for the year. Okay, it's $149. That's going to give you access, the ability to acquire these precious metals at cost. And it also gives you access to the DAP trading vault, which is massively undervalued. And more people need to take advantage of that. But that's an over $200 value right there in itself. And then, of course, Mike's favorite membership, my favorite membership as well, just because of the value, the $399 Metals Plus package, okay, which is 18 months. So that's about a year and a half extension on your on the membership. But it's also going to come with 3 MS70 perfectly graded Silver Eagle numismatic coins. And that's huge because that is going to allow you to get an asset in the mail with the membership. Okay. And people love that. If I'm going to pay for something, they want to receive something. So with that membership, you're going to pay for a membership, but you're also going to receive some assets in the mail. And what's huge is that those assets, you know, those coins, you know, it's $75 for those coins. You get 3 of them. And then, of course, we also get paid when we purchase the membership. We get the points that Brother Antoine talked about, those 20 points equating to $20. That goes back into putting us in a position to get paid. So when somebody purchases the $399 membership, you know, we're talking about 100 points that we get, $100 in our business, or the 149, which I believe is 30 points, right, that we're getting in our business. So these memberships are valuable. They pay for themselves. Everybody should have an At Cost Metals membership. And there are more benefits to the membership that are coming and that are here. It's just a phenomenal value.
Oh, 100%. I want to hit on something here really quick, gentlemen. As we close out, and I'll let Marco Washington, you know, speak for himself. You guys can read what he wrote. But here's, guys, why I love having a home-based business dealing with real money. Okay, number 1, I can automate it. Okay, if you're just like, hey, I'll buy gold and silver when I have an extra $1,000, you'll never have that extra $1,000. You'll spend it. Okay, so the number 1 thing is you can automate it. Number 2, you're going to have the ability to earn income cash flow if you want to share it with people. Okay, we're not going to talk about that tonight. Number 3, you're going to get tax incentives for having a home-based business. Number 4, when it comes to at-cost metals, is bonus. They have the lowest prices on gold and silver. I have done that price comparison probably over 100 times now. Nobody has even come within $3 of us ever. So we have the best product in the world, the best prices in the world, the ability to earn extra income and save money on your taxes. If that doesn't sell you on at-cost metals, I don't know what does. I'll give each of you guys a last word tonight. That was mine. Antoine, last words, brother.
Well, really, you said it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the money for me. Yes, I have a relationship with JD. And if he told me he was going to start a company, he and his partner, and we're going to have to pay overpriced for some metal, I say, hey, man, I wish you all the best, man. I love you like a brother, but I wish you all the best. There's no way I'm going to get involved with that. I'm not going to overpay for some things that I can get for less. And so it's all about the price for me, number 1. Number 2, I love the fact that it comes straight to your house. If you want to go to a vault, you can have it shipped to a vault. If you want it to your house, it comes to your house. And it comes directly from the supplier. I like that. And it's the same supplier as SD Bullion and a lot of these other companies are getting their product from. But the question that really people have is well, how in the world are they selling it at cost? And really, the gentleman just answered it in the text. I mean, the company make their money on the membership and on the coin of the month. And when you understand the numbers, I don't have a problem with that because it's tax deductible to me. I can write it off. I get the tax breaks, the tax advantages, and I get paid for doing it. And so to be able to leverage this into a business, man, I've earned more in a month than what some people have earned in 2 years. And not saying that to impress you, but just to share with you that our product is money. And based on what's going on in the world today, it's driving people more and more to this space. My uncle called me today. And I was a little busy. And so my wife had to take the call. She answered the phone. And I was like, okay, babe, what uncle say? Uncle want to buy some silver. My uncle, 70-something years old, have watched me have success in crypto, all of that. He's not going to do crypto. He's 75. But when I started stacking, he looked at me in my eyes. He said, son, that one right there, that's a winner right there, son. You can't lose your silver and gold.
Amen.
75, that's what he told me. My uncle, traditional guy. He's a pastor, just traditional guy. And so for my family and I, which is going to stack, my wife from Vietnam, her mom have been stacking gold ever since she was a kid. And it saved them when Vietnam changed the fiat. And her dad was stacking fiat in suitcases. And they changed it. And he, from the balcony, opened up the suitcase and threw the fiat all on the ground because it was worthless.
Wow.
And it was the gold that the mom had been stacking that saved them. Every time he would get paid, she would take a little bit of money and buy some gold. She'd take a little bit of money and buy some gold, and he never, ever knew it.
Wow.
And yet it saved them.
Wow.
And thank God Carlito did not find it and go and buy candy with it.
That's right.
Carlito, Brother Muhammad, what's your last words tonight?
Last words was this. It's like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad stated that gold will be the next medium of exchange. Okay. And if we believe in some strong words and we can see it, he said it out of his mouth. He's not here. He said it with his mouth. And you see the progress of the fiat going out and the precious metals coming in. So we love it. Why? Because we know you can't get no better than having God's money.
Amen.
It is going to take over. That's right. God's money always saves us. That's right, Brother Thomas. So you can't get no better than having God's money. That's
Amen.
the main thing that I want to say.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you know that you cannot go wrong. It will never, listen, if anybody's throwing this off the balcony, yes, I'm taking that and I'm going to go buy me some candy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want to just make sure that everybody knows that this right here has stepped on a lot of toes and has been far, bar none, constant since I've known all of y'all. And a couple of companies have sprouted up, boom. But this right here, it just kept going like this. And it's still going like this.
And watch this.
And the last thing I want to do is this.
Brother Muhammad.
Yes.
Even when the company goes,
It's still going up.
it
still goes up.
Come on.
That's right. So I want to do this. I want to get my little first lines out here, and I want to show everybody this. And you can get this too on a monthly, weekly, daily basis, right? You saw that we did an unpacking, but I want my mans to just give us the cling clack one more time.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
I got you.
Yeah, baby. Woo, woo, woo. And you can get it, baby. Thank you, brothers. Thank you.
All right, Mims.
Yeah.
Not everyone is going to make as much money as you because you are so dedicated. I just want to get that in so we stay with compliance. But brother, go ahead, close us out, take us home, Mims it in case anyone did not catch all the knowledge we dropped tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's hard to come out to Brother Carlito because he broke it down. You can't go wrong with God's money, you know, and that's the thing that people don't really realize about this. This is real money. God's money mentioned from Genesis to Revelation is constitutional money. Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution. It's money all over the world. Africa, Asia, you know, Europe, the Americas. Okay, there are countries that don't want to take the dollar right now, but every country, everybody knows the value of gold and silver. You know, silver is antimicrobial, it's antibacterial, it's antiviral, antifungal. It is used in water purification. Okay, it is self-healing. Some new research that has come out of silver has self-healing abilities. Okay, this is used right now in the new solid-state battery technology coming out by Samsung. Okay, India and China and central banks and governments are buying this up like never before. JP Morgan Bank is sitting on over 800 million ounces of silver. Silver is used in solar panels. And I mean, there's so many applications. And now it's returning its role back to money. And understand something, that is a finite resource. There isn't that much of it. There isn't just an infinite supply of silver. There isn't an infinite supply of gold. And its demand is greater than the supply going into 2025. This is the most undervalued, rigged and manipulated asset on the planet. This is the most undervalued, rigged and manipulated asset on the planet. And you have the opportunity, the time that we're in right now, the situation that the global economy is in right now is putting us in the perfect position to create real long-term generational wealth by accumulating this massively undervalued asset right now. So this is the best time to hedge against financial crisis, inflation, to bet against the debt. Okay, to win, to make sure that a wealthy family comes from you, even if you didn't come from a wealthy family. So get yourself in position, get back to whoever shared this video with you, get in position, lock arms with us, and let's build wealth and build a better future for ourselves and our loved ones.
I love it. I love it. But guys, did you know there's something better than at-cost metals? It's called under-cost metals.
Low cost.
when
Low cost metals.
that's right.
Wow.
So guys, like we blew this out of the water, right? Like, I mean, our prices crush everyone. Then we get an email today saying, heads up, under cost, excess inventory sale. So we're getting these, I think all of them are close to or under spot, which is almost unheard of. The one that I really looked at was this 5-ounce Silver Pony Express bar for $150.
Right.
Wow.
Spot price today was $32. That means this 5-ounce coin was $2 under spot per ounce. That is the best price I have ever seen in my entire life, anywhere, in person, online. And again, this is why we love at cost metals. Like, it just doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
The lowest prices on gold and silver, period.
Yeah, we don't have competition, folks. I do hope you understand. I know we like to compare
No
at-cost
competition.
metals to other companies, but every other company has to mark up their asset. And I've never seen a company offer this type of assets below the market. You know what I mean? So we're in a league of our own. Okay. We might be in the precious metals industry, but we are in a league of our own. You can't even really compare us to the other online dealers out there, even though we do it just to kind of help you grasp the magnitude of the value. Of
Brother Anton, tell them even babies like it. Tell them about the baby, brother.
Facts. Babies like it. Got excited. Eyes lit up. It's like, wow. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
When you put that in her hand, Brother Muhammad.
Well, listen, guys, again, we are getting the excitement, the buzz going for our kickoff event in Dallas, Texas next weekend. If you want to come out, meet us, there are still some tickets available. So get your membership. If you don't have it, get back to the person who invited you here. Go to your back office. You can get a ticket. Mims will take a picture with you and sign it. That's worth $1,000 right there. So make sure everyone come out. We'll love to see you there. Wow, what a great time, guys. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Brother Muhammad, for coming on. As always, Mims, you rocked it. All right, guys. I think we have to do this again at some point. Maybe we do it once a month, but this was fun. If you guys are on At Cost Metals and want to jump on and share your story, we would love to have you. Thank you, everyone, for all the love and all the support tonight. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon. One more clank before we go. Let's get it.
Let this circle represent $1 million. This is what $10 million would look like. This is what $100 million would look like. And this is what $1 billion would look like. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a net worth of 117 times this number. And then there's you. You're probably working a job right now, one that you got from the degree that you studied for in university. You probably don't have much in savings. Your living expenses seem ridiculously high. You feel as though you're not paid enough. You have credit card debt that needs taken care of. Maybe you're a student, studying for a degree that you hope can land you a job that you hope can bring in some good money. You probably don't have any savings, only a pesky student debt hanging above your head. Wealth? Getting rich? That all seems like a distant dream. How did they do it, you ask yourself? Seeing all those millionaires, billionaires, especially the ones who got there at such a young age, it baffles you. It makes you angry. They got lucky. They were born into wealth. They cheated their way to the top. Money doesn't make them happy. Money is evil anyway. I'm not smart enough. I'm just unlucky. Those dreams you had of buying that mansion, your favorite sports car, paying off your mortgage, traveling around the world, they'll forever remain that way. Just dreams. Nothing more. Nothing less. You come to the harsh realization, it's a rigged game. It's been a rigged game from the start. And you're on the losing side of it. But what if I told you you were wrong? What if there was a way of getting there? An actual equation to wealth, a science behind the way money works. What if you didn't have to abandon those dreams of paying off your parents' mortgage or traveling around the world? Would you call me a liar for saying so? I promise that I'm not, and by the end of this video you'll understand. There's a side to the coin that you're not being shown. But I warn you, the road is tough. It's filled with struggle. It's filled with ups and downs. It will mean swallowing some difficult truths that the school system and society haven't told you yet. And let me be clear, there are many of you who will not make it to the end of this road. But for those of you that do, at the end of this road lies wealth beyond what you thought you could attain. At the end of that road lies the freedom of never having to worry about money again. So, are you with me? Still with me? Then let's not waste any more time. What do you really think about money? Is it something you work for? Is it earned or is it inherited? Is it the root cause of all evil? Are you desperate to have more of it? Have you been chasing it most of your life? Truth is, most of what you think about money has been influenced by your upbringing and environment. If you were born into a family that didn't have much money growing up, then you're more inclined to believe that you too will not grow up to have much money. Or perhaps you went on the complete opposite end and decided to make as much money as you can so that you will never be in that position again. The fact that your school didn't teach you much about this subject doesn't help things. And because of this, most of you are going to have false beliefs about money that aren't going to help you on this journey. Now stick with me here, because we're going to have to change the way you've been seeing money your whole life. Hollywood has always had a habit of depicting the wealthy and rich as evil, backstabbing, entitled, or corrupt individuals.
If you won't get me a squirrel, I'll get one myself.
Question is, have you bought into that stereotype? A recent report released by WealthX showed that of the world's ultra-wealthy, those that had a net worth of 30 million or more, 68% of them were self-made. And it seems like every other study backs up this conclusion. Warren Buffett, self-made billionaire. Howard Schultz, born in poverty. Oprah Winfrey, born in poverty. Jeff Bezos, self-made billionaire. Elon Musk, self-made billionaire. Sarah Blakely, self-made billionaire. What is it that these people know that you don't? Truth is, your equation is all wrong. Here's the two-dimensional equation that you've been taught. Money equals salary earned from a job. Past a certain point, the prospect of getting a job becomes the sole purpose of your education. So what's wrong with that, you ask? I'm going to assume that if you're watching this, you want to make money, a lot of it, and in as short amount of time as possible. If that is your goal, then this equation for generating money will never get you there. We all have one precious resource, the most important resource of all, and once it's gone, there's no way of getting it back. That resource is time. In a standard job, the amount of money you earn is dependent on the amount of time you put into that job. If you earned $20 an hour and worked 40 hours a week, it would take you nearly 24 years to reach a total of $1 million. But that is without subtracting any taxes or any expenses that you will incur over 24 years. And let's not forget that inflation would make your $1 million less valuable. The reality is that on a salary of $20 an hour, you can only really be a millionaire at an old age by living frugally. And most of that precious resource known as time has slipped through your fingers. You traded all that time for money, and it wasn't even a substantial amount either. So again, you ask yourself, how is it then that there are self-made millionaires and billionaires at such young ages? What makes them so different? And the truth is, they have a better equation than you. They have a way of understanding money that you haven't quite grasped yet. Pay very close attention now. Stop chasing money. In a capitalist society, the rules of the game are as follows. You are paid in proportion to the perceived value that you have. And the people that perceive your value, they are the market, the consumers of the economy. The market is you, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your country. People complain that football players are overpaid, but for players to be paid millions, there has to be a market for the football industry in the first place. People have to see the value in football in the first place for them to want to spend money on matches and merchandise. And if the market has a high demand for football, guess what happens to the players who are at the top of their game? They are paid generously for it. It's not about how hard you work. The cleaner that's sweating and tiring himself out every day is paid far less than the accountant sitting behind a desk. Why? Because the market perceives the value of what the cleaner does to be far less than the accountant. As harsh as it may sound, the cleaner can be replaced by anybody. It isn't difficult to learn how to do his job, and therefore the market will not pay him more than the accountant, the guy who spent years studying numbers, the guy who has saved his clients thousands on their taxes. But even so, we just discussed how getting a job isn't the right equation to amassing a great amount of wealth in a shorter period of time. So then how can we increase our perceived value? What is it about people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos that makes their perceived value so high? The first step to this equation of wealth is quite simple. If you want money, solve problems. If you take a second to digest this statement, you'll realize that just about all money runs from this basic premise. If it solves a problem, money will be thrown at it. If it's $1 million problem, then the solution will make you millions. If it's $1 billion problem, then the solution will make you billions. Think about all the problems that a site like Amazon solves. The hassle of going to a store, the hassle of having to wait weeks for a delivery, cheaper prices, and so on. Not to mention all the other companies that Amazon owns and the problems that those companies solve. Jeff Bezos helped solve $1 billion problem and was rewarded favorably for doing so.
I see what you did.
If you've been chasing money, then you've been doing it all wrong. It sounds paradoxical, but if you want money, it isn't money that you should be looking for. You should be looking for problems, and more importantly, solutions to those problems. And once you've found that solution, make a business around it. Wait, so that's it? Just solve problems and money will appear? So I'm gonna have to create the next Amazon for me to be rich, or the next Facebook or Google? You've got to be kidding me, right? I don't even know how to code. I don't even have the money to start something of that scale. Hold on. You're once more going into old patterns of thinking. Start with the problem. Always start with the problem. Listen to the market around you. What are people saying they don't like? What are people saying they wish existed? What are people saying frustrates them? What do people think is incredibly inconvenient? Is that a problem that you can solve? And also, is it a problem that is worth solving? The final step of this equation to wealth is finding a scalable solution to the problem. Your solution needs to affect a magnitude of people. Starting a restaurant? That's not scalable. You're constrained to the local area and the footfall of that area. But a franchise? Now that's more scalable. Is your solution a piece of software? Then that means once that software has been built, you can scale it infinitely online without needing to worry about things like production or shipping costs, as it's all done virtually. Good luck finding infinite scale with a job. But be careful. Does your solution require your time to generate money? Let's say you were a yoga teacher that charged $100 per hour. Congratulations, you only made yourself another job disguised as a business. There's only a certain amount of lessons that you can feasibly do in one day, and therefore your income is time-bound. But if you created an online yoga class that ran 24/7 with lessons you only had to create once, now that is scalable. Scaling your solution is critical here, so do not get lost on this point. Automation also plays an important role. Systems and processes will keep your business running like a smooth machine if implemented properly. If there is something in your business that you can outsource to somebody else or hire an employee to do it for you, assuming it financially makes sense for you to do so, then do it. Tasking yourself with everything is a bad thing. As much as you may think you're the best, there's someone out there that can do a better job than you. Once you've found a solution, it's your job to make sure that solution can be accessed by everyone in your market. It's not about your ego, and it's not about what you're passionate about. The market doesn't care about your passions. So now that you have your profitable business running with the right systems and processes in place, it's time to move on and reap what you sowed. There are two likely paths you're going to face at this point. You either continue your business or cash in and sell it. This is the acquisition, the moment someone buys the solution that you spent years building a business around. This is Instagram being acquired by Facebook for $1 billion. This is PayPal being sold to eBay for $1.5 billion, of which $165 million went straight to Elon Musk's pocket, and the countless other liquidation events that happen across the world. This is where all the effort that you spent into building your company comes to fruition. And if you choose to continue running your business, well, there's a multitude of reasons for you wanting to do so. Maybe you love the company that you built and want to stick with your baby. Maybe you think you can add more value to the company and sell it down the line for more than it's currently worth. Perhaps that business runs passively in the background, so you don't have to do much to keep the wheels turning. Or maybe it's a combination of these three things. Either way, you did it. You solved a problem that the market wanted solving, and it rewarded you favorably for doing so. And so now I ask you, what was it all for anyway? For most of you, it was never about the money. Money is just a piece of paper, a number on a screen. Its value is only backed up by our belief in its value. From the very start, this was never about the money. Paying off the mortgage, buying your dream car, traveling around the world, never having to worry about your financial situation, it's the freedom that you were looking for. Your destination wasn't anything monetary related. It was a feeling, a sensation, the ability to do what you want whenever you wanted without ever having to cast a thought towards, can I afford this? Have I used up all my holidays for the year? How am I going to pay the rent? Will I be able to live off my pension? What dreams will I have to sacrifice because I can't afford to pursue them? The most important lesson from this video was never about the nature of money. It was about the one valuable resource that we all have, the one resource we will never be able to reclaim: time. Is giving up a large chunk of your time towards a job that you probably don't like worth it? Is your life settled on working, coming home, watching the telly, sleeping, waking up the next day, and repeating the same cycle till you retire? How many more hours of your life do you let slip through because of this pattern? Or perhaps you're fine with that reality. Perhaps you have no other choice but to follow that path for the time being. And if that's the case, there's nothing to worry about. The most you got from this video was a little entertainment and maybe a change in perspective. But there are those of you that understand the other side. Those of you that have the desire to never need to worry about money ever again. And so I feel the need to remind you, stop chasing money. Chase problems and find the solution to those problems. This is the equation through which all money is found. If you desire liberty through never needing to worry about money ever again, then let solving problems be the meaningful struggle in your life. Does it mean you'll be happy at the end of the road? Does it mean you'll feel fulfilled? Only you can answer that question. But if your struggle is meaningful, then perhaps it's worth pursuing. And there it is, your equation to wealth. Of course, I missed out on a lot of intricacies in this video. The topics of business, money,